What's going on, everybody? This is the Nerdy Nostalgia Podcast. As you can see from my sweater, we're clearly going to be talking about a very specific topic. My name is RF1 Tangid. I'm here with my boy Vexed Alchemy, also known Lee and Ryan. Ryan, say hello to the people, since
Hello to the people. What's going
just
on?
just a hello, or hola.
Hello to the people. So I said hello to the people.
Alrighty. So, this is the Nerdy Nostalgia Podcast where we talk about all things nerdy and nostalgic, and also brand new things, because brand new things need to be talked about. Okay. Also, forewarning, I'm telling you this now. This is a spoiler cast. Do not, repeat, do not fucking listen to this podcast at all if you haven't seen Endgame. I'm gonna count it down. I'm gonna give you another 5 seconds.
Spoiler alert!
Fuck
Spoiler warning. This entire podcast is filled with the spoilers.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about a bunch of shit all throughout the MCU, different specific moments, and all that. So,
favorite moments.
yeah. So, I'm gonna count down. I'm gonna count down from 5, and then my boy Ryan here, he's gonna say something very spoilery. So, fucking leave, okay? All right, you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Spoilers!
Yelling spoilers is spoilers? Spoilers! Snape kills Dumbledore.
Spoilers! Yo, you are so fucking sorry sack of shit! How dare you!
How dare I ruin the movie? And Gandalf showed up and murdered everybody with his staff.
You shall not pass!
Yeah, it turns out that they dropped the ring into Thanos' anus, and that caused a cataclysm.
Yikes. Can we not?
No,
And we not.
uh,
Everyone lives and Thanos died.
yeah. Yeah, well, not
Right.
everybody.
Not everybody lives, but
Not everybody.
everyone's favorite playboy, billionaire
Philanthropist,
philanthropist.
playboy.
To the end of the end game.
Yeah, bites it hard, but goes out like a
Now,
true champ.
If you would have heard our failed attempt at the first episode of
Hey
Nerdy
man,
Nostalgic Podcast,
nobody needs to know about episode 0 because it's just me talking.
you would have heard the first take that became the zero take.
Mm-hmm.
I predicted Cap would die. Now Cap did not die, but
Yeah.
be in the MCU as I knew he would. Now I am glad that they went comic with it. Gave the shield to
Sam.
Because in the comics, Sam becomes kind of a temporary Cap
Yeah.
until Bucky eventually takes over and becomes the full-time Cap. So I don't know if they're going to work with that, but we'll see.
Who knows? You know what I really wanted you to say as the big spoiler, though?
Am Iron Man?
No. I wanted you to
It's America's
say
ass?
Fat Thor. Or America's ass.
Oh,
one of the
Fat
two.
Thor. Oh, God.
Fat Thor.
As
Is
far
so
as I'm
fucking
considered,
good.
that is America's ass.
Yeah.
Knocks himself out. That is America's ass.
All right, so I've only seen it once. You've only seen it once. I'm gonna try to vaguely remember everything from that movie. It is fucking
I
3
just
hours.
saw it last night, so
Yeah, it's more fresh in your brain. I saw it Friday night. So
it is all the freshest.
we'll just go from the beginning. We'll go from the top. The opening of the movie. I get it. I understand why he turned into. I understand why he turned into Ronin. I get it. Fully understand. I would lose my shit. I'm in the middle of a picnic and teaching my daughter how to shoot a bow and arrow to be like me, and all of a sudden they're gone, just dust. I'd lose it. I'd go hunt criminals. Fuck it. I wouldn't care.
Oh,
at
no,
that
I would
point.
do absolutely.
I just done. Everybody's dead. Okay. Don't gotta tell me twice. People dying.
Dude, to open the movie up and have Hawkeye lose his entire fucking family, just savage.
Yeah, it's fucking brutal, dude. I I knew it was gonna happen. I wasn't ready.
I definitely wasn't ready.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to start the movie with that, you know. And then I another thing I didn't really expect, I would have thought there would have been some way that, well, I'll get to that in a second. So, it starts with that. That's brutal. I understand. I get it. He's
Absolutely.
pissed. And then it goes to Tony and Nebula playing fucking football because they're bored. And I remember playing
For
football.
football.
And
Paper football.
yeah, friggin' this whole nonsense. And then he goes to flick it once, and snatches it, and like crushes it. He's like, "You're supposed to let it go through. That's the point of the game." Awesome. And then
Fucking that's
Nebula
defense.
wins.
Defense wins championships, bro.
Apparently so. Well, I guess, yeah, because she did win.
She won. Defense wins championships. Gotta do what you gotta do.
So they're doing that, and then Tony does his recorded message, which was super touching. And then, dude, they made Tony look like so on the edge of death, right there.
Still on the edge of death.
Like, I know he was on the edge of death, but I'm saying like just how they did the graphics and everything. Because Robert Downey Jr. didn't actually do that to himself. He's not like
Yeah, no
fucking
shit.
Christian Bale and Joaquin Phoenix type thing. But God, dude, I did not. Man, it kind of hurt seeing Tony that like broken, you know. And then there's the blinding light, and you know we all know who that's gonna be. But I really didn't expect Captain Marvel to save them. I thought there was gonna be like that last ditch effort, you know, that they're gonna push together and like take Nebula apart or something, you know. Just
That's
like,
what I was expecting too. Was like Nebula to like sacrifice some of her parts, and they fucking end up like repairing the
you know,
ship or
being able
something.
to jump and get the fuck out, you know.
That's what I thought too.
But yeah, that didn't happen. So Captain Marvel shows up. Gannon, I love you. Just want to let you know that. Good boy. So she shows up,
I
carries
was
them
really
all the way
disappointed with
back.
how little Captain Marvel was in that movie.
I'm not in the slightest. I know I haven't gotten around to seeing the movie. I know it's supposed to be a great movie. You've told me to go see it.
Yes, it is. It is a good movie. I mean, now that I know that she's barely in it, you didn't really need to see it.
Just need to know that she's
The
she's
biggest
the
things to take
Goku
from that movie,
of
she is uber powerful.
yeah.
She is a badass. And extra spoilers if you haven't seen Captain Marvel. We find out how loses his eye. And it is
Yeah.
nothing badass of the sort.
Yeah, I heard about that. That got ruined for me. My one reason for actually going to see the movie, it got ruined for me. But well, hi Gannon. You want to say hi in the podcast? So Captain Marvel shows up, and well, anyways, what I'm saying is I'm happy that she wasn't in the movie for a lot of it because it's not really her story,
Oh no, I
you
get that.
know.
And I understand like her not being part of that super centric, like we're gonna go back in time and fix
Mhm.
everything. I'm cool with her not being part of that at all.
Mhm.
I just was surprised she wasn't like a bigger part of like the battle and shit like that.
Oh, you're saying towards the end fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
No, I'm totally cool with her not being part of basically the majority
Yeah, because
of
I
her more,
was.
since she's gonna be like the future of the MCU now that Endgame has happened and
Yeah.
Tony Stark is dead, you know, and fucking we had a new Captain America and all the other shit.
Mhm.
She wasn't more heavily focused at the end, like to be
Mhm.
shown as a badass.
Yeah.
But she does look pretty badass taking a fucking headbutt from Thanos and looking at him funny.
Yeah, that was really really funny. Because didn't I forgot what it was. didn't somebody try to headbutt Thanos in a previous movie and they got rocked for doing
I
it?
don't think so.
I
Did they?
think I think it was in the Titan fight. I think somebody tried to headbutt him and he just kind of shrugged it off. I
Maybe.
think. I'm not sure. I have to go back and watch that entire fight. You know, and I can't wait for that for fucking Endgame to be on DVD. I'm doing a solid 5.5, 6 hour fucking run of both those movies just back to back. Um,
Shit, I'm down.
yeah.
That'd be so good.
So they get back to Earth, and Pepper's just kicking it with the rest of the Avengers, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, Tony, you're still alive!" Da 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 da. And then we lost the kid. It's really kind of warm hearting or feeling when you can actually tell that Iron Man gave a shit about Spider-Man. Like he genuinely was like, "You're a surrogate son," almost.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
because you kind of feel it a little bit in Homecoming, but in this one you felt it. Like he was broken that he was
Oh,
gone.
yeah. No,
And
absolutely.
then at the end of Infinity War as well. But it was more like, "Oh fuck, everybody's gone, and I don't know about Pepper or anybody," And this one was straight up like, "No, we lost the kid. Like he's gone." And I was really kind of taken back by that. I was like, "Fuck, he actually does give a shit about some people. He really does care." And I don't know. I don't know why that was so shocking to me. So then they all have this talk. You could tell that Tony is still bitter about Civil War with
Oh,
Cap.
dude, super bitter.
Super pissed still. Like, fuck you, you didn't let me kill Bucky. Um, I I was kind of shocked.
It wasn't even the Bucky thing that fucking pissed him off.
Oh yeah, you turned on me and beat my ass into a bloody
And it
pulp.
wasn't even that. It was the fact that he like fought him over protecting the world, and now they're in a giant clusterfuck. And
Oh yeah, huh? He was like, "Oh yeah, it was a bad idea to put a shield around the entire fucking world, wasn't it?" Well, of course it didn't cuss, but you know what I mean.
I mean, they do say ass a couple times. I mean,
Well,
it's not
yeah, I
really a
was kind of
super curse
surprised.
word.
They said bitch. They said ass a couple times. Yeah, they actually kind of threw in quite a few cuss words. I bet they were like too shy of it becoming rated R.
I don't know. I didn't throw too many in there.
There's like 6 or 7 cuss words, I think. At least nobody said fuck. Even though I think
Oh,
if
nobody
anybody
was
was
dropping
gonna
f
say
bombs.
that, it'd probably be Ant-Man. Especially that scene where he sees outside. He's like, "What's that missile? Oh fuck!" That would have been awesome. But
What's that?
so
Oh
then
shit!
Captain Marvel is just like, "Yeah, let's go fucking kill him." And so they go, and they fly to the planet.
I think that was like one of the funnier parts. Where yeah, let's go fuck him up. We tried that before. Didn't work. Was I there?
Yeah.
Let's fuck him up.
How do you know this is gonna work this time? Because you didn't have me. Okay.
Give him the meat.
So they go, and Thanos is fucked up because apparently he used the stones again.
Destroy the stones.
Yeah, to destroy them. And seeing Thanos that fucking almost killed was really surprising to me. Because he didn't seem too beat up after snapping the first time. And almost every
Seemed
single
like
power
he almost
stone
seemed
he throws
tired.
into it, yeah, he seemed like, "Oh man, I exerted a lot of energy with the snap," you know. But I guess destroying the stones would cause half your body to be fucking destroyed. That makes sense, you know. And so they ambush the fuck out of him. Hard. And they ask where the stones are. He says, "I destroyed the stones," and Thor chops his fucking head off.
Thor plays judge, jury, and executioner.
Uh,
Wink.
so immediately when that happened, I was like, yes, they got their vengeance. But then in the back of my head, I was like, this is a Disney movie, and they just beheaded someone and showed blood because there was the blood spray on Nebula's face, and I was like, wait, Disney can do this? And when I was
Well, I
talking
mean,
to our
they're gonna
buddy,
keep Deadpool rated R.
thank Christ, thank God, they better.
I mean, they're gonna have to take some
A few
more risks.
risks every once in a while.
Yeah.
But even like our fellow streamer buddy Sinbad was saying, he was just like, "Well, this is kind of adult Disney," and I was like, "Yeah, that's
Because
true."
there really is
But
a difference between Disney and adult Disney. Because they made John Carter.
yeah, John Carter was pretty good too.
I never watched John Carter, but I mean, it had alien guts and shit in it. So
Yeah. All right, so I guess yeah, that makes sense. But oh god, so they chopped his fucking head
the
off.
one thing that will never ever happen in a Disney movie is smoking.
Well,
They
yeah,
refuse to put
because
smoking in
of
any movie.
well, yeah, that was also Walt's thing. Like, he was a secret smoker and didn't want anybody to know about it, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna obey some wishes. But yeah. So then it cuts to the slowest time skip reveal I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, I know, 5. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah. And then only for Ant-Man to get saved by rats. The real MVP of the movie is the rat.
Absolutely.
I just calling it out right now because without that rat, none of this would have happened.
Speaking of Ant-Man,
Yes.
favorite couple in the MCU, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Favorite couple. Take.
I'm gonna need you to not judge me, but I still gotta watch Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, bro, what are you doing?
I'm sorry. Okay.
On Netflix. How are you that bad at life?
I am that bad at life. I got a bunch of shit.
Thanks.
So
I need you to watch that like today.
okay, I will watch it today after I do my brakes on my car because we squeal
totally
right
fine.
now.
I'd much rather you do breaks first.
Yeah, I'd rather not die first.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay. So Ant-Man gets thrown out, shows up, and is like, "Yo, I'm here." But I mean, before that, Black Widow's still holding shit down. She's like trying to make sure everybody's still covering what they can cover, and then Cap's running fucking, therapy seminars.
That was a strange one for me.
It was kind of heartbreaking because it was just like we've all lost people. Like everybody's fucked up, but you just gotta keep moving and da 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 da. Because that's totally the Cap thing to do. If you think there's no hope of anybody coming back, I'm gonna try to help what people I can.
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
So Cap being good guy Cap. Then Widow's making like a PB&J or something.
That was a peanut butter sandwich,
Oh, just peanut butter. And then
which is a travesty. Let me tell you.
yeah,
Gotta have the jelly.
gotta have the. What is a PB&J without J?
Right. Got a PB&J, you make it without J.
So, they're just chilling there. Scott shows up and is like, "Yo, I'm not dead." But that scene before with Ant-Man, when he goes to the monument and he's freaking out trying to find his daughter's name.
Oh, dude, so good.
Oh,
It was. I was really glad they didn't kill Cassie off and had her be like a grown up Cassie. I thought that was pretty cool.
yeah, that was actually pretty awesome. And her just being like, "Holy fuck, Dad, you're back." And Dad's like, "Yeah, I need to go talk to some people. I just figured some shit out." Then we go to what was it?
Some of my favorite scenes in there were for fucking Ant-Man.
Oh yeah, hands down. Ant-Man
I
was
don't know.
definitely the comic
I don't
relief
know
in
who
this
peed
one.
in my suit. If it was baby me or old me, or just me.
um, so with everything that ends up going on, and Ant-Man showing up, and them trying to figure this all out, I think it's really cool how he's like, nah, you know, it was 5 hours for me, it was 5 years for you guys, so definitely there's a time difference in the quantum realm. Now, after that, they go to Tony. And Tony now has a
Gives a
daughter.
fuck.
And he's with Pepper. And he's in a cabin in the woods. Just relaxing. And his daughter's wearing the awesome blue helmet. Which is definitely foreshadowing that somebody else is going to put on said blue helmet later on.
Well, I mean, he said that. He said he's making it for her.
I know. It's just like mommy never wears anything I make for her, though. you know?
That was funny. Mommy never wears anything I made for her. That shit was hella funny.
And they go to Tony and they're just like, hey, I need you to help us. There's a potential of turning everything around. And he's like, no, go. He doesn't say this exact name, but essentially like, nah, go fuck yourselves. Like, I've I've got a life now. Like I have a second chance. This is my second chance. Like I have a family, and you guys need to leave me alone. You know, and then they're like, all right, who else can we talk to? And then we go to the first
It wasn't really
hilarious character.
it was I have no guarantee that I'm coming back alive. I'm not risking the life that I finally get to have.
Yeah, that's a way better way of putting it. 'Cause, you know, I'm bad at putting things specific ways.
Because I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have.
I wouldn't if I had spent all those years and not getting my happy ending, and then all of a sudden on with it, and now I finally have a chance to get my happy ending, and someone says, "Hey, we might be able to fix this, but you have zero way to guarantee that I'm coming out of this alive." Fuck that.
Yeah.
Risking my girl and my daughter, my cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
After I've almost died 14,000 fucking times trying to save the world already.
Yeah, I've pulled my weight, like, so I get it, and I probably would have done the same thing. I would have been like, you know what, like, yeah, things are fucked.
Those things, if they would have showed up with an actual plan that says, "Hey, this is how this is gonna work.
Yeah.
We need you to help," I'd be like, "All right, let's do it."
Yeah. Pepper, I'll be back. You know.
Yeah, and I think it was good that I know they went to Banner and they tried to make it work, and obviously that was a giant clusterfuck. But I thought funny just the way he solved it was just kind of fucking around.
Yeah, it's just very. Oh, figured out time travel. That's it. And his daughter's just spying on him.
I love his revelation to Pepper too. I figured it out. Okay, so let's sort through this. What are we talking about? Oh.
Wow. Yeah, that was super cool. Get in. What do you want, boy? You okay? For those of you who don't watch my stream, I do have a woofer. And likes interrupting me sometimes, so I apologize. So we get after that, we go meet up with Hulk, who is now Hulk and Banner, and is Professor Hulk, which is pretty dope. That's really cool that they did that. And he's like a celebrity in a way. Like kids know about him and shit, and he tries to get, you know, they ask for a picture,
and he dabs.
Yeah, we get dabbing Hulk, which I still don't know how I feel because I think the dab is a dumbass dance move. Oh, hello, child. Anyways, so he's tapping Hulk. Ant-Man asks if they want to take a picture with him as well, and they don't fucking know who he is. It's, that's an awesome point. It's like, no, I don't want the damn picture. You know. Then after that, we go into guinea pigging Ant-Man through the quantum realm. Rybread, you there? Your mic is cutting in and out, brother.
I guess cutting in and out. What do you mean?
Okay, now I can hear you. For some reason, I couldn't hear you.
I wasn't talking, but you were cutting out a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, let me do this. That way there's no pull on any other interwebs. So, after all that, we get Ant-Man getting guinea pigged. Tony finds it out, and then Tony rolls up in his fucking car.
A brand new cap shield.
Yeah, with the new cap shield. And he's like, "Keep it down. I don't have one for everybody." You know. And then let's see. Then
Everyone assembles.
yeah,
The Avengers assemble.
yeah, we
And
get
they
an actual
decide
assemble.
it's time to go back in time.
But before that,
Least amount of jumps to
before
get
that,
every stone.
hold on. Before that, they all make fun of Ant-Man. Every single one of them. Like, Rhodey scares the shit out of him. He's trying to eat his taco. Nebula calls him, like, skittish or whatever. And then Hulk comes up with 2 tacos and just puts it in his hand. So then they go, all right, we're going to go get all the stones. There's 3 teams. There's... Who are the 3 teams? There's Rocket...
It was Cap, Iron Man,
and Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, and Hulk.
Yeah, so it was those
To
4.
get the Time Stone, the Tesseract,
And the Mind Stone.
And the... Not the... Yeah, the Mind
Yeah,
Stone.
the Mind Stone.
And
The
then...
Scepter.
The... Rhodey, Hawkeye go to get the other 2 stones. What stones were they getting?
They went to go get...
No, Soul Stone. Soul Stone and
Soul Stone and Power
the
Stone.
Power Stone. And then the Ether was Rocket and Thor.
Yeah, which that's awesome scene. Oh, we forgot to talk about the best part, or one of the best parts. Banner and Rocket go to get Thor, who's living out on some coastline. We call it New Asgard, where everybody's still there. Which I thought that Thanos killed everybody from Asgard. I thought he did when he blew up the ship. Apparently, some people survived. Valkyrie survived, which was awesome. I was very happy to see that Valkyrie was still alive.
he admitted that he took out half of them.
Oh, okay.
He admits that he took out half of them because that's what he's doing, is taking out half of all civilization. So he takes out half of the Asgardians.
Mm-hmm. Which were already pretty dwindled after Ragnarok. It's like 1 ship of Asgardians. So they go to get Thor. And how does Thor look, Ryan?
Well, seeing as Thor has been hiding out in his little hidey hole shack by this coastline, who only comes to town every week or so for beer and booze, is a very, very fat Thor.
Dude, that was one of the best reveals in the movie.
Chunky, grown out hair, grown out, nasty, nappy looking beard.
He looks like a beach bum. Like,
no, this is who he looks like, and the joke that he throws, that Tony throws at him, was absolutely perfect. Looks like the dude.
Yeah, he does look like the dude. Calm down, Lebowski. Good
Dude, coming
Lord.
through Lebowski. That's what he said.
Oh god, he straight up just looks like him. And there'll be another part
where I talk
about that.
And then
later
because we are gamers doing this podcast. Got to point out with the fucking what is his name?
With what?
Hey, whatever his buddy.
Oh, Korg.
Yeah, Korg. Korg's sitting there playing Fortnite. Like the noobs, what was it? The noob 69 or some bullshit.
Yeah, Noob Slayer.
Is his gamer tag? Talking shit to him, and fucking Thor hops on the mic. You listen here. If you say one more thing to my friend, I'm coming to your house, ripping off your arms and shoving them up your butt. That's right, go run and cry to your daddy.
That part
Fucking
is so
beautiful.
awesome. Who knew Thor was toxic, man?
Absolutely beautiful.
Who knew?
Toxic? He is reciprocating the toxicity.
He's the hero we deserve.
He is a teacher of young ones.
Yeah, it's a teacher of shit talking.
Put your mouth, you're gonna get wrecked.
Pretty much. So, let's see here. After
They go pair up, do the stones, go back in time. And I think all of these time were done really well.
yeah, the time jumps definitely.
Rocket and Thor, their job was pretty easy. The biggest thing in their jump
Stab
was
Jane in the neck.
was Thor getting to actually say goodbye to his mom. I really like that.
Yeah,
that
was
cool.
really nice that he actually got to say goodbye. And
They
the fact
take
that she
Mjolnir
totally
back with him.
just yeah, that was awesome. But the fact that Thor's mom straight up didn't need an explanation. Like, she just knew.
She was raised by witches. She knew.
Yeah, that was so crazy. And she's like, oh, you let yourself go, da-da-da-da-da. He's like, yeah, and trying to explain. She's all, I was raised by witches. You're not my Thor. I know. And I was like,
Totally from the future.
whoa! Yeah. It starts crying. And then oh my god, there's Jane.
Oh, well, my eye, you know, the broadsword and the battle of
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it's from.
Yeah. Fucking the there's Jane moment is awesome too. Like, oh my god, there's Jane. I don't know if I can do this. Hey, come here. I want to. Bitch slapped by Rocket. You need to pull yourself together.
There's literally one MCU character with the balls to do that. And
To
it's
bitch
Rocket.
slap Thor, and yeah, it's definitely Rocket. I fucking love Rocket, dude. Rocket is still, he's like in my top 5. That's for damn sure. So they count down.
It was really sad that there was no, hey, I need you to go get me that person's appendage in this movie.
That's very true. But I think he couldn't pull that off against them. Like, Quill's gullible and everything like that. I don't know if they could.
Well, he totally could have gotten Ant-Man to do it. Absolutely.
Oh
100%.
yeah, that would have been awesome.
100% Ant-Man would have done it.
That would have been really, really funny. Oh, that would have been, yeah. That would have been great.
Anyway, they have a pretty easy time besides the fact that Rocket got chased through an entire Asgardian castle because he stabbed Jane in the neck with a fucking device to extract the ether. Easy time.
Oh, God.
And then the foursome that went after the 2 stones on the Soul Stone and the Power Stone.
Yeah. So
I think that was like the perfect duo to send. So they send Black Widow.
we're going to talk about this. Okay.
We're talking about this.
Okay.
Send them to go get the Soul Stone. I think it's the perfect pairing.
Yeah, because everybody else.
They're the lifelong friends. They've
Yeah.
respected each other and had friendship for fucking ever.
What is it, Budapest?
Budapest.
Yep.
Budapest.
So
They literally fight each other to be the one to sacrifice themselves to
Yeah.
save the other.
yeah.
Fist fight. Explosive
arrows, yeah. Shock, fucking taser shots. Like, that was
while I
awesome.
love Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow,
Mhm.
redemption story, they made the right choice in killing off Black Widow
I think so
so that
too.
Jeremy Renner can get his family back.
Yeah, because the Avengers was
Start
her
of
family. They
Endgame.
even bring that up. It was just like, yeah, did she have any
Family,
family or
us.
anything?
We are her family.
Yeah. So I think that was
That shit was
a good
crazy
choice.
too. It's like, do you believe this guy? Just because he knows your dad's name.
Yeah. Um, but I think one missed opportunity, especially because it was the send off between them, and it was such a powerful line in a previous movie. I think right before she actually jumped and like pushed out of his hand, if she would have said something along the lines of "still friends," I think I don't know. For me personally, I'm
I
like the
like the way she went.
podcast.
I don't think we needed another line right there.
Really? I don't know. But props for Jeremy Renner in that super emotional moment of your best friend dying. Like he sold it, even though he's hanging off a fucking cliff.
I mean, Jeremy Renner is a goddamn saint among mortals. I
Yeah,
mean, that guy is fucking phenomenal.
yeah. He did a really really good job.
Absolutely.
Um, and yeah, that's pretty much that. And then Gamora, or not Gamora, sorry, Nebula and
That was the
Rhodey.
biggest twist to me.
Huh?
Was fucking Nebula, like the two Nebulas having their memories sync or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Was not ready for that.
I was like, they're just gonna steal all the stones, and then what? Thanos is gonna be like, oh, what the fuck? Where did they all go? I was just like, how is this gonna backfire? Because we're at like an hour and a half into the movie. Nothing's gone wrong yet. Like when is something gonna go wrong?
Two of the three teams have something go wrong. So
Well, we'll get to that. That's an
no,
awesome thing that I'm really looking forward to talking to you about because there's something that I think is going to go on, which explains something else. So Nebula and Rhodey are waiting for Quill to get to the Power Stone.
I'm so glad they replayed that fucking scene from Guardians.
Yeah, they do the scene from Guardians 1 only to fucking have them play it from another perspective, and Quill is actually singing very badly, which
That
is
was so
awesome.
great.
I was laughing so
So
hard
he's an idiot.
for Rhodey to just knock him the fuck out in one hit.
Backhanded.
Like
It was such a satisfied sound too. Just a
I know,
satisfying.
just a satisfying smack, and
It sounded like a fucking Call of Duty headshot.
it did. It really did. Or like a mag
Good shot.
reload or something. So that ends up happening. Nebula sticks her fucking arm into the force field. But I did like what Rhodey said. How Nebula just starts walking. He's like, hold on. This is where like traps and spikes come from the walls and skeletons pop out.
This is where spikes with skeletons on them pop out and all the booby traps kick in. Oh, you're just gonna go? Okay, all right,
Yep.
have fun.
All right. And then she gets it. And they go, okay, we're gonna jump back now. Only for Nebula to glitch out and then get taken by old bad Nebula, who's still trying to police Thanos. And the thing I was kind of surprised to see, but I guess I really shouldn't have been surprised, was to see Gamora again.
I mean, they jump back in the timeline,
I know. I don't know why I wasn't
and I knew
thinking I would
I knew
see
she was
her.
gonna be in it because I saw the pictures of her getting makeup done for Endgame.
Oh,
So I knew at some point she was gonna be in it. I didn't know where.
okay.
Obviously, once they time jumped, that's why I figured she would be.
Mm,
I didn't think she'd have the role in that movie that she did, which obviously we'll get to in a minute.
yeah.
But I thought she was going to be a very passed over character, which for the most part, she was,
Mm-hmm.
but she still did have like
She had
powerful
an
moments
important
that turned the
moment.
tide.
Yeah. So I think that about wraps up that team. Because
So
Rhodey gets the stone and goes back.
then Nebula, no, and then Nebula, old bad Nebula, switches out her head plate and
Oh, that's
poses as
right.
good Nebula
That's
and
right.
comes
That's right.
back.
Okay, so then we go to Team 3.
It was technically the first team that we saw, but I wanted to save that team for last.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you felt the same.
Oh yeah, because of the comedy gold from that team. Good lord. So
So fabulous plan,
goes wrong.
absolutely fabulous. They wait till Hydra or Shield, aka
Uh
Hydra,
huh.
or picks up the Tesseract,
Mm-hmm.
takes it to an elevator. Cap meets him down a couple floors, hops in. I'm gonna take point on this. This is I got a call from the secretary. I'm gonna take this.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna call the secretary. Hail Hydra.
Dude,
I caught that one
that.
from the. I brought that back to the. I got this. Hail Hydra.
Oh my
I'll take
god.
this now.
That was so awesome. He's got the easiest thing. He says 2 words and just walks away with the scepter. Totally fine. No big deal. Well, technically doesn't fully walk away. So
Second. So we gotta cut. Before that happened, we gotta talk about the one of the best lines in the movie.
okay, yep. So Iron
Or
Man
Tony
sneaks.
Stark looking at the grouping after they beat Loki's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Cap's suit says does nothing for his ass, and one of the greatest lines in this movie from Ant-Man. In my, or as far as I'm concerned, that's America's ass.
So then,
The Scepter runs into his older self.
yep, has to fight
It's
himself.
his own ass.
I loved how old or the young the old him beats up our Cap and then says something along the lines of like I could do this all day and he's like I know you know
I know, I get it. I've said it. Fuck off.
yeah like oh
It's one of those like now I realize how obnoxious I am when I say that.
right. So then he gets the upper hand by saying Bucky's alive to break that to
Knocks him out.
knocks him the fuck out.
Looks at his own ass. Stares at his own ass.
Yeah.
That's America's
He's all,
ass.
that is America's ass. That walks away. Before that, Tony flicks Ant-Man onto past Tony.
Oh, it wasn't past Tony. It was one of the agents. He got onto
Okay,
Tony
he
after that.
eventually gets to Tony.
Yeah, he eventually gets his
And-
way to Tony.
Because they're trying to take the Tesseract. The director of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something like that is trying to take the
Oh,
Tesseract.
it was the secretary of defense.
Gotcha. Okay. So he tries to take the Tesseract, and then Ant-Man's inside of Iron Man, and like pops the spark plug out of his arc reactor,
Gives him a heart attack.
Yeah.
Legitimately a heart attack.
and then other Tony
Oh yeah, we gotta. Oh yeah,
gets the
other Tony gets his ass knocked out.
briefcase, and then he's walking. One thing we forgot to say was they all get in the elevator, and they don't let Hulk get in the elevator because there's a max weight
Hulk,
occupancy.
and it's elevator, so you know.
Yeah. So Hulk has to take the stairs. He goes all the way down all the stairs. Tony's walking out with a briefcase. He's got the Tesseract. They're going to be okay. They got it. Only to get bitch slapped by a door because Hulk's pissed that he had to take the stairs for the briefcase to get thrown and opened and the Tesseract to slide
to
at
slide to
Loki's
Loki's
feet
feet, and Loki to disappear.
just to grab it and gone.
Then Thor jumpstarts old Tony,
Mhm.
puts his hammer on his chest, hits him with a little electricity, brings him back. I didn't know that was gonna work.
Right? Good lord.
This is so funny.
That presents an interesting question. and kind of explains how they're going to make this Loki spin-off show. It has to start with Loki still in bindings, with the Tesseract in his hand. It has to. Because Loki was going to be dead. Loki's technically not dead in that split. Like the Ancient One talks about.
Get into that in a second.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But so that show has to start with that. There's no other way it would work.
The problem is once they fix the timeline, which we'll also get to later, it'll keep going. Or is it just a show of the alternate timeline and, be damned of them fixing it?
Maybe. I mean, that would be the one legitimate split because we'll get to how they get the Tesseract in a minute, but
because the thing is we'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that in a second, and then we'll have a.
So while all that's happening, Hulk is talking to the Ancient One to get the Time Stone.
Yeah, and Hulk is trying
astral
to
projects himself out of Hulk's body.
Yeah, she does the strange slap. That's what I'm gonna patent it as, and it's just like you are so small in this universe and you don't even know it. Like I'm gonna do the Bruce Lee 1-inch punch and knock your soul out of you. And so the Ancient One's just like, no, I'm never giving you the Time Stone. It's not gonna happen. Fuck off. Go away. Like, it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna try to explain this to you. And then he goes, okay, then why did Strange give the Time Stone to Thanos? And she's like, wait, what?
Breaks.
And he's just like, yeah, he straight up gave it to Thanos. And
one thing that's really small that I really liked is her expression when he said that. She went from that whole Ancient One of, super aloofness, mental breaks that she hit.
Yeah. And she's just like, Strange is supposed to be the strongest of all of us.
Just like her eyebrows, whoop, like, excuse me?
Yeah. And if Strange did it, he must have did it for a reason. So I'm gonna give you the Time Stone, and go.
And I loved her reasoning because she asked, "Well, why did he give it to you?" And he goes, "I don't. Maybe he made a mistake." And then she realizes, or maybe I did.
Yeah.
She gives him the Time Stone. Mm-hmm. That's 5 out of 6 stones.
Yeah.
We're still missing one
because Loki being Loki.
No, what we didn't mention is everyone had just enough Pym particles to make one run and one run back.
Yep.
So they fucked up, sent Ant-Man back, and they went to the one time that Pym particles and the Tesseract
were in the same place.
So Tony and Cap finally putting everything behind them, doing a good old handshake.
Yep.
Jump back to get both some Pym particles to get the fuck out of there. And I feel like that was one of the stronger scenes in the movie.
Which one? Because there's two.
Just that whole thing. That
okay, I was gonna say because there's two chunks
of
in
them
that.
Going back
That was a gut wrenching.
So first things first. Cap wanders into a room, particles, and happens upon promised one last dance. That broke my heart that he had to find her.
Yeah, he stumbled into her office and saw her through a window and was just like,
Dude,
I can't do
like
anything.
he was like a lost puppy.
Yeah.
Like you just left. He's at the bay window looking at you as you get in your car.
Right.
That's exactly what that hit me
every
as.
day.
And then Tony runs into his dad of all people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my wife is expecting. He's like,
What really confused me is like his confusion. He's like, yeah, she's expecting, and he goes, what?
Yeah. Well, I think he wasn't expecting to run into his dad at that pivotal moment of like, His dad doesn't
Well,
know how to be a dad. They even have that talk about it.
well, he should. He's the one that sets the date. He knows when he's born. So his confusion confused me.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah,
Like
that
was
makes sense.
like my thing was like, was there like a kid before Tony?
I don't think so.
Like I don't know. Just like the way he reacted, kind of gave me pause.
Yeah. So we get that touching talk between them two. So both of them get that really big character building moment of holy shit, there's what's her name? Maggie or Peggy? Peggy?
Peggy Carter.
Okay. So we get that and we're like, God damn. And then Tony finally gets to have a talk with his dad that he's wanted to have for forever because in the
I think it's crazy that he actually ends
War?
up giving his dad.
One more time?
I thought it was just crazy that he basically ended up giving his dad parenting advice.
Yeah. Just like
They asked him like, are you ready to have a kid? And he's like, no, fucking scared out of my mind. I have no idea what I'm doing. It doesn't come easy. You have to learn on the fucking go.
Yep, you gotta learn on the fly.
Because, and I always thought my dad was a hard ass on me, and now I appreciate everything that he went through.
Yep.
Just a great moment to be able to have between him and his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since, I mean, you saw in whatever fucking movie it was how their relationship ended.
Yeah, in
He
Civil
was
War.
just this fucking
It's the opening of
cocky
Civil War.
cockbag.
He's a real
Cocky
big
dick bag,
to his
and
dad.
then they fucking leave, and then they're dead, and
Yeah.
he never gets a chance to appreciate his parents.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was a good send off for that.
Yeah, like I was saying, both of them get a really nice like character chunk moment.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, they're the two first Avengers, like the real first Avengers, because Cap was the first, and then he gets fucking frozen in a block of ice for fucking 70 years.
Yeah.
And then Iron Man was the first one recruited.
Yeah.
Two first Avengers and the two like most pivotal Avengers. I thought that was a nice scene to be able to have both of them get a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Characters.
Yeah. And then, so they get back.
Everybody minus Black Widow, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And including the fake Nebula.
That was brutal when they all got back and Clint is like just drops to his knees. You know, and
He dropped. Oh yeah, he did. He just kind of slumped down, like fuck.
yeah, he slumped down. The Hulk fucking slumped down. They're outside talking about it, like, maybe there's a way we can get her back, and does she have any family or anything like that? Hulk gets so pissed, he grabs a fucking like stone bench and
Chucks it to a
hurls
forest.
it fucking far.
Yikes.
Oh, we did forget to talk about one awesome thing in the New York scene is they're like standing there and old Hulk is like freaking out and beating the shit out of things and like throwing cars, and they're like, and smash a few things along the way, and then Banner's like, and like throws a motorcycle to the side. He's just like,
Just feels awkward.
yeah, it's like,
Awkward Hulk.
I'm not as crazy as I used to be. That was awesome. And he's like trying to like quietly make the growling sounds and all. I don't know. I just thought it was awesome. So we get back. They're talking about how Black Widow died and how they want to bring her back and yada yada yada. So they get all the stones into some Iron Man tech, which is dope. Can we talk about how pimp the Iron Man gauntlet is? Because that shit is
dope.
Shit's awesome. I want that on a mantelpiece somewhere, like really bad. To go with all my nerd memorabilia. So they get all the stones in. Thor tries to be like, I got this. Like I'm a god, so I got this. And they're like, not so fast, Fat Thor. Um, and then
I
the
wish they would
whole
have called him Fat Thor once in that movie.
yeah, hey dude, they made a Lebowski joke. I am fucking fine with it. They
Oh,
did
dude,
it at
I
least
was
that.
I was dying at that comment, and Jamie's like, "What? I don't get it."
Are you serious? Oh my god.
I
Damn
was
it,
like, "No,
Jamie.
I'll tell you later. Don't worry."
So there's another part about that later on that I want to talk to you about, which would have been the icing on the cake to seal him as Lebowski. But I'm happy it didn't happen, but it would have been unbelievably funny. So the Hulk is just like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm big, I'm powerful. You know, I got
And
this.
and
It's
even gives like
gamma.
solid evidence.
Yeah.
It's gamma radiation. It's mostly gamma radiation.
Hmm.
It's like he was built to snap
Yeah.
stones.
Like that was his purpose. You know. So he throws it on, and it immediately starts melting him. Like his arm is like charring black and everything like that. And they're like, do we kill it now or what do we do here? You know,
And
and
all the while this is going on, fake Nebula.
yeah, I was gonna get to that. I was gonna get to that next. So he's lining up for the snap, but fake Nebula is lining up at the time portal
Let's
to bring
and let's
Thanos back.
Thanos' ship through.
So they do the snap. Everything's peaceful. Clint gets a call from his wife. Ant-Man's looking at butterflies. Ship bursts through the roof. Goes to full size.
Hits it with a giant ass rocket barrage.
And fucking borderline nukes Avengers headquarters. Like,
Though that ship
decimates
bunker
it.
busted the fucking headquarters.
Just
Easy. Smacked
gone.
it.
Like, I thought Ant-Man died right there. Because that first bomb blows up outside the window he's standing at.
Yeah.
You know?
I knew he wouldn't because I mean
Or at least get fucked
I
up.
don't.
Like,
I
hard.
didn't think they're gonna fuck up Ant-Man, but I knew he would change sizes because he can take more damage. He's stronger, he's smaller.
Oh, okay.
I knew he was fine. I mean, obviously you didn't, but I knew he'd be fine.
Dude,
But
I thought he was fucked.
so that happens.
Um,
Hawkeye ends up coming into contact with the gauntlet. He takes it and goes on a fucking
they essentially
basically
play hot potato with a gauntlet.
well, he runs off away from the the whatever the fuck
Alien spider dogs.
Chidori or Chikari or
Whatever the fuck they are, but like takes him out in super badass ways.
Yeah.
Like
Explosive
really,
arrows, fucking just
Yeah.
smacking on him. Sword
Yep,
was
cuts
perfect
one in
shit.
half right at the end,
Was dope.
and then runs into Bad Nebula,
Nebula.
and it's just like, oh, okay, your turn, and like hands her the gauntlet, and she's like, Father, I have the gauntlet, da 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 da. He's like, oh wait a minute, oh fuck, and then Gamora shows up, has gun
Nebula.
pointed. Oh, was it Nebula showed up and then Gamora?
No. Gamora shows up with Nebula in the next tunnel.
Yeah.
But we're skipping a part because while all this is happening, all this is going down. Here we are. Mora shows up to the fake net or the real Nebula that's
right.
that's in captivity, and what between us and real Gamora, we become friends.
Yeah, but at first she's honest, and it's just like,
technically,
I tried to kill you a few
I tried to
times.
kill you, and then we become friends, and then we become sisters.
Yeah. Which
Reaching
was
the
awesome.
hand out like, let's go fix this.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. So Gamora shows up, gun pointed at Nebula. Our Nebula tries to talk down old Nebula.
Mm-hmm.
and then who is it that caps her? Is it Nebula that
Nebula.
caps herself?
Nebula caps
Right?
herself, straight up shoots herself in the heart.
Yeah.
And then I
Fucking
was
ends
half
herself, which
thinking,
I'm super confused about
yeah,
because
I was half thinking like, do we Back to the Future here, where like Nebula just disappears now?
that's what I was thinking.
I
But you
thought
also
that's
got to
what was gonna
remember
happen.
in the process of Hulk trying to get the time stone,
Yeah,
she
they
goes over
explained
that
the
it's a split
splinters and
reality now.
everything.
So it's probably the split reality loses its Nebula and
Mm-hmm.
the regular Nebula stays.
Oh, man.
That makes any sense.
Kind
Because
of, but
once they return the stones, it fixes everything.
mm-hmm.
But the nebula they ran into was the split reality nebula because they had already removed stones.
Gotcha. So Nebula caps herself, and then where the fuck does Gamora go?
Moore just goes with Nebula and Hawkeye out there to fight.
Oh, okay. So then they go outside and
No, it's Cap,
yeah,
Iron
Cap,
Man,
Iron
and
Man, and
Thor
Thor
walk outside, and fucking Thanos is just
chilling,
chilling.
just waiting.
Took his helmet off, was just hanging out,
Because
and he
doesn't Thor
fucking
say
called them
that?
out.
They look at him out the window. They're like, "What is he doing?" He's nothing. He's just sitting there, and it's like, "All right, let's go get him."
Yeah, and then he goes, you couldn't take your failure, so now I'm here to
Yeah,
mark
it
your
led you
shit
back to
again.
me.
They get into a dope ass fight.
Mm-hmm.
Then my favorite part of the entire series comes after that.
Okay.
Finally, is able to pick up the hammer and throws the smackdown
On Thanos.
all over Thanos.
Yeah, that was awesome, dude. Oh my fucking god.
And I thought it was funny because Thor goes, "Finally," and then Thanos
Yeah.
just kicks him through a rock. Bah! Get out of
Yeah.
here.
But I haven't heard a theater reaction like that since I was a kid in like Revenge of the Sith. When that fight started between Obi-Wan and Anakin, the entire fucking theater blew up, like screaming. That and also Yoda, when Yoda pulls out a lightsaber.
Oh,
and,
dude, when Yoda tosses the cane out,
yeah,
summons the lightsaber, and just goes fucking ham.
explosion. Everybody lost it. I
Your
haven't
experience is a little bit
heard
different
that.
than mine because the theater that I was in did not react like that.
Are you serious?
I reacted like that.
Okay. Hey man, you
People-
did it for nerds around the world.
There were a couple people that reacted like that too,
Mm-hmm.
but there wasn't a yeah. I was like, yes. I could hear a
Dude.
couple people say something, but I was actually a little
Overwhelmed.
disappointed that nobody like fucking lost it when that happened.
Yeah. Well,
Kind of hurt my soul a little bit.
I bet, dude. I would have been really upset if nobody lost their shit. But I went to a Dolby surround sound like 4D theater where shit was moving and all that too. And
Oh, okay.
that fucking moment, whole theater, everybody was fucking screaming. And like, yeah, kick his ass. Like, I even think parents who are nerds forgot that they brought their children because I was hearing, whoop his fucking ass. Like, it was, dude, everybody lost it. It was so awesome, dude. It was insanity. I fucking screamed. Oh my good lord. So he does a smackdown on Thanos. Then Thanos straight up WWE slams him hard.
Oh yeah,
And
no,
then
but I mean,
just starts-
the fact that he finally picked that up and started
Mhm.
beating his ass, and I thought that was what happened right after that. I mean, he defeated Iron Man, got him out of the way, kicked Thor through a rock he wasn't seen, and then has this good old fashioned showdown.
Mm-hmm.
healed in half by just beating him down, and just
Dude, that
leaves
was
him like
crazy.
broken and bloody.
Mm-hmm.
And he almost doesn't. I thought that was super powerful because he sat there for a minute, tried to get back up, and then didn't.
Yeah.
And then Thanos starts running his fucking mouth about how he's never done anything personally. He's only done it for the need and the betterment
For what his
of
greater good is.
society or whatever. I'm gonna murder this entire fucking planet, and I'm going to enjoy every second of it.
Yeah.
And then Cap finally stands up, and then
Like,
the best
straps
scene
his
in the
fucking
history
shield
of the
back
MCU, gets a fucking call from Sam, and all you hear through the intercom is on your left.
in. Yeah. Oh, dude.
And then all of these portals start showing up from. Riley, can you please stop?
So many portals. So much screaming. So loud. Just, everybody's walkout. Everybody's there. Literally everybody is fucking there. And you just. Everybody lost it. I saw so many ranges of emotions. I saw, like, pure excitement. Like, fucking ready to fight in real life. Like, empowerment. And I saw, like, 4 nerds crying. Like, this is the most beautiful fucking thing I've ever seen. And so you get that. But remember, right before that, everything else got pulled through. Like, Thanos' entire army. The fucking, like, the Outlanders, the big fucking flying worm things with armor that, like, Hulk beat down, and all this
You can see
crazy
some
shit.
new, different kinds of monsters you hadn't seen in previous movies too.
Yeah.
Like those guys, those huge juggernaut-looking things they unchain.
Mm-hmm.
That look like a fucking the things from Gears of War, whatever the fuck, the giant ass, whatever the fuck's from
God,
Gears
the
of War.
Brumox.
That's what it kind of reminded me of. Yeah.
So.
Then just I thought it was awesome that it was kind of like a 1-by-1 scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So first, T'Challa and Shuri, and then I always forget the other freaking lady's name, the bald chick with the.
I don't know,
with
but
the spear.
she's a fucking badass, dude. I don't know why
Absolutely.
I always forget her goddamn name.
I always forget her name, but they walk through Doctor Strange with the Guardians and Spider-Man from outer space where they were
at Titan. And honestly, all I could
and then
think
just
about,
kind of everyone starts showing up, dude. It is so dope.
Like, the only thing that I was thinking about in that exact moment, I was like, cool, Spider-Man's back. And then in my head, while all this, like, huge spectacle is going on, everybody's losing their shit, all I was thinking about is Peter Parker coming back and being like, Mr. Stark, oh, where is everybody? Like, all super confused. It's like, are we alive?
Shit.
Okay, I'm here. Okay, where's Stark? I gotta go find Stark. And so
I like the whole 1-by-1 thing, and then it just fucking goes through the portal, and you just see the fucking whole entire Wakandan army.
Oh my god. Oh,
fucking portals and shit.
Another awesome moment. I wish you would have gone with me, because when the army came through and the first E-Bombay, everybody in the theater understood what to do next, and all of us were fucking screaming it. Like, we were all doing the chant.
I wish my fucking theater was that good.
Holy shit, dude.
I did it in response. E-Bombay. E-Bombay.
Oh my god. So this crazy
Wakanda
fight.
forever.
Yeah, Wakanda forever. You're goddamn right. So this crazy fight starts. Like, what was this, like a 40-minute fight?
Dude, that was a long
It was
fucking
so
fight.
long, and it was just, everything was so fucking epic. Like, I want to go back and go.
There's so many small moments between, like, random characters throughout this fight too.
I know.
It's so good. Like, because fucking, Pepper shows up in her fucking female
rescue.
Iron Man suit finally.
Oh! She's finally rescued.
And her and Tony have a back-to-back moment where they're fucking shit up with giant laser beams and shit. T'Challa's fucking going off, fucking ground pounding with his kinetic suit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, it was so funny because I was just like, he's like bouncing off everybody, right? And then he gets hit a couple times. So I was like, yeah, use that fucking connect. And as I'm saying hit, he like smacks the ground and all the energy releases. I was like, fuck yes! They held on to continuity, you know, like, ugh! Everything about the
The
fight.
hot ground pound.
Fucking Valkyrie coming in on a Pegasus.
Well, that was lit.
Like, oh my god.
I
Everything
mean,
was
it was
so
so dope
lit.
because not only was the Wakandan army back, but the fucking wizards and sorcerers and shit were back,
Yep.
and then fucking all the Asgardians showed up. So they actually had an army to finally rival, because it wasn't just the Wakandans.
Yeah, it was. There's everybody.
In Infinity War, they were super outnumbered
Mm-hmm.
because it was just the Wakandan army and then the Avengers.
Yeah.
The Wakandan army, the sorcerers from fucking their shit, the fucking the shit. I choose just fucking
Dude, there's
so good.
not enough words to describe that whole fight scene. Like there isn't. Like it think of every kick-ass adjective in the book. Every single one of those.
Dude, absolutely.
Like,
And I think one of my favorite parts is they're fighting and they're playing fucking hot potato with the fucking Infinity Gauntlet, the
Yep.
Iron Man Infinity Gauntlet, where I've got it, no, I've got it, it's my turn, I've got it, and they're saving each other's asses, and then fucking bright ass fucking light comes up as they were getting so right before that they get fucking hell rained down on them.
hold on.
Wanda shows up.
Yeah, we need to talk about Wanda and her bitch you're mine.
Oh yeah, Wanda shows up.
Holy shit.
On fire. You took everything that I loved. Oh, bitch, you gonna learn today.
Oh my god. I honestly think if Thanos wasn't a big old bitch about that, Wanda would have killed him.
No, absolutely. She
like,
was gonna kill him.
It was on the verge.
She was slowly killing him, making him suffer.
Yeah, she was like
for
pulling him
everything
apart, and I was like, oh my
Shit.
god.
Orders the fucking hellfire to rain down.
Dude.
Fucking turrets on turrets on turrets, fucking shooting everybody.
Mhm.
All the fucking sorcerers are putting up barriers and shit.
Yeah.
And then they all fucking point up to the sky and start firing. They're like, what the fuck are they firing at?
Yep.
And then just fucking like a goddamn comet, Captain Marvel comes out of nowhere, flies through the ship,
Mm-hmm.
blows the whole fucking thing up,
Oh my
then
god.
finally shows up, and then the fucking girl power
Yeah, the girl power
shit
moment.
with all of the female characters, with fucking Pepper is rescued, Marvel, Wasp shows up, Gamora and
Mhm.
Nebula, fucking Valkyrie, just every badass female, even
Mhm.
Shuri's in there with her fucking little lion gauntlets.
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
Like, oh my god. But see, there's so much shit that goes on in this fucking fight scene that oh my god, the little character moments in all of it. Quill seeing Gamora again
and then getting
and being like,
subsequently
oh my god,
kneed in the right in the nads.
yeah, and he's like, oh my god, it's Gamora, and like tries to reach for her face. She pops an outside wrist leverage and knees him in the nuts twice because he's like, first one you missed, the second one you nailed it.
Second one you got a both.
Yeah, and he's laying on the ground, and Nebula walks up and she goes, him? And she says, well, it's either him or a tree. You know?
It was either him or three, so.
And then just these small
Then when
moments that build
Wasp
this.
finally shows back up right next to Ant-Man, and they just, that was one of my favorite parts, like character, like reuniting and shit like that. Because they don't have like these crazy moments like Quill and Gamora had, where she knees them in the nuts,
Yeah.
or like the back-to-back fight scene that Rescue and Tony have. They just look at each other and then smile and then shrink and go get shit done.
Yeah, that was really awesome. God damn it! I
They didn't
really
need
wish
it
I saw
anymore.
that movie before.
Oh, do you see now? Now you have to go see it.
Yeah, now I have to
Go fix
understand
go
their dynamic.
go fix your brakes, and then go watch that movie.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. It is by far, personally to me, top 3 MCU movie.
Damn. Okay.
I love. It is so good from beginning to end.
Okay.
And speaking of Ant-Man and the Wasp, I'm really disappointed Luis didn't show up.
Same here, dude. God damn it. Or
I hope when they come out with the DVD release with all their, extended scenes or alternate endings and beginnings, I hope that under alternate beginning, Ant-Man
Luis.
getting kicked out of the fucking van,
Uh-huh.
showing up to his house, and Luis is there. Or he goes to like the where the fucking the office, and Luis is sitting there, and he goes, "What the fuck happened?" And he just hits him with a fucking Luis story.
Oh, that would be so good.
Please, that's all I need.
Yeah. Either that or throw that shit in like Far From Home. Fuck it, because it got confirmed that Far From Home happens after all this.
Far From Home happened after all of this?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't sure if it was before or after. I know Far From Home is the end of Phase 3.
Yeah. Yeah, Far From Home happened after this.
Dude, Spider-Man's having a rough time.
Oh, yeah, dude. That movie's
Goes to
going to start
space,
off pretty...
Gets murdered.
Yeah.
London with fucking terrorist attacks.
Yeah. But we'll talk about that movie when that movie comes out. So we get this insane fight scene that, going back and thinking about how we all freaked out on Civil War, I was like, oh my god, there were so many superheroes on screen. Holy shit. That is so fucking small compared to this movie.
Absolutely minuscule.
And then even when Infinity War came out, we're like, oh my god, so many people in one movie. And then this movie's like, bitch, please. Like,
show you a real ending. You're like, oh goddamn.
yeah, it's like you underestimate my power. I've only used 5%. You know, like, good
more
lord. Yeah, Shaggy should have shown up. Anyways, he should have done the command.
Shaggy shows up and just ends the fight.
Fucking Shaggy compared to Captain Marvel. Yeah. No. So when they're all playing hot potato, it ends up being with Spider-Man. He ends up having it. And Spider-Man's swinging through this
crazy.
I thought it was
crazy.
Chaos.
He fucking activates instant kill mode.
That was really cool. And he's like, I don't got this, instant kill mode. And then it's like killing everything. He's like, yeah, I got this. And then all of a sudden he's getting like dogpiled. And he's like, I don't got this. I need help. Dude, okay, Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man that's happened. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
Fuck the other two. Like, don't get me wrong.
I've been saying that since his first movie, Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
I've said he's the best Spider-Man.
Just
period, end of story.
Hands down, he's so good. Because he's such a baby boy.
When it comes to Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire was a great Spider-Man, but his Peter Parker was a whiny little bitch.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield, great Peter Parker. Had everything he needed to be, but as Spider-Man,
Yeah, too cocky.
And then Tom Holland has this just youthful enthusiasm for being Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Pulls it off so well. Because it was down between him and one other person to play Spider-Man. They were like debating between two. And they were both younger. Because the other guy that they were thinking about making was like 16.
Oh, God.
Because Tom Holland's super young, too. He's a little baby.
Yeah. But
they eventually decided on Holland, and thank
God they did.
Because I am sold.
Yeah. Forever. Like, I don't need another reboot. I will actually be genuinely sad if Sony's like, new Spider-Man time. I will be legitimately pissed and sad. Because
they've got that joint contract with Marvel now.
Okay, good.
The problem is, from what I've heard, it ends after Far From Home. They
Okay,
signed him on.
so.
So when they signed the contract, it was for 3 joint movies,
Mhm.
and that was Infinity War, Endgame, and then Far From Home. They agreed to do Homecoming
Mhm.
and Civil War. They agreed on the contract for Civil War, and they said, "Yeah, we can partner for a solo Spider-Man movie." And they
Mhm.
signed a new contract for 3 movies:
Mhm.
Infinity War, Endgame, and Far From Home.
Mhm.
The problem is the dumb bitch that runs Sony and their whole when is he's done fulfilling the contract with the Marvel Disney Sony contract,
Mhm.
wants nothing to do with Disney anymore. This is years ago, the quote that I heard, so I'm hoping it eventually changes once they realize how much money they can make by Spidey in Disney.
Yeah.
But from what I heard, she wants to rip from Disney and reboot it again.
Dude, I'll be so fucking mad.
I would be too, because Tom Holland is literally a perfect Spider-Man.
He is. He so is. I'd be so pissed.
MJ's black, but I don't really give a shit about that.
Yeah, I don't care.
Like you change like a gender, like when you gender bend, you got to be kind of careful. But like as long as it's not like an I super iconic character like Captain America,
Yeah.
you're changing like like races. I don't give a shit. MJ, I don't give a shit if she's white, black, or Asian.
Yeah. I agree.
I think she does a great job as MJ, to be truthfully honest.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to see more of her being
Far
that.
From Home comes out in a couple months.
I know.
It's like June. It's one of the J months. See, the June or July. So we'll
Okay.
get there.
Um.
But anyway,
So.
tangent on Spider-Man. Though.
Yeah, Spider-Man. Not fully, because
You
Spider-Man
know what I mean?
is zipping around. Everybody's helping him get through the battlefield, which was super cool. And then that orbital strike happens, and then Captain Marvel's like, "Where's the gauntlet?" She flies over to Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's underneath rubble, but he's all beat up. Like, his face is fucked. And he's holding the gauntlet, and she just, like, picks up the rubble, moves it, and she's like, "Do you have something for me?" And he's like, "Here you go. Like, your turn. Please get this away from me." You know?
And then that's when the girl power scene happens, which is dope.
Yeah. And so we need to talk about Captain Marvel against Thanos, because I was really concerned about that. I thought Captain Marvel was going to be the one to fuck up Thanos in this movie. I
I
legitimately
thought
did.
so too. So when we were talking before this, we started doing the podcast.
Mhm.
I said I was a little disappointed that she wasn't involved more heavily in like the fighting and
Mhm.
shit like that. And that's where I was a little disappointed because they made this big deal about Captain Marvel as the future of Marvel Comics. After Phase 3, we're going to really pay close attention to her, and she's going to be a big part of the future. And she just wasn't in this movie. And
Yeah.
with the girl power thing, she had the small fight with Thanos,
Mhm.
which made her look like a badass. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, dude, the fact that Thanos had to use the Power Stone to get her the fuck off of him.
Let's
Yeah.
preface this with how that came about. Thanos finally got the glove, throws it on, and goes to snap. And Captain Marvel shows up and literally holds his fingers apart.
Yeah. It looks like she was
Thanos
like bending
goes
his
to
fingers
headbutt
back.
her. Boom! And she looks at him like he's fucking stupid.
Punk bitch.
Then he has to grab the Power Stone out of the gauntlet and hit her with a left hook of a Power Stone to get her off.
Yeah. That was awesome.
I think one of the best scenes in that movie happens right after that because he throws the Power Stone back in.
Mhm.
He fucking, in all intents and purposes, hulks up. And then Tony looks at fucking
Strange.
who's holding off a fucking tsunami. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Strange being
turn
like,
the
"I got
tsunami
this."
into a hurricane and then just holds it there. Good. And then he just holds up one finger.
Dude.
This was the one outcome. And then Tony runs up to him.
And just like grabs the gauntlet real quick and then gets
Where
thrown
he
away.
takes a left hook, and then he snaps, and there's no fucking stones.
Hold
in the
on.
gauntlet.
You got it. The two lines are, "See, I am inevitable," and then you just hear ting, and then
No stones.
no
And then his
stones.
fucking transforms into the fucking stones. And this is the best line of the movie. I know you said that "This is America's Ass" is the best line of the movie.
Yeah.
Best line of the movie. He looks Thanos just dead in his fucking beady little cocksucking eyes. Hits him with a "I am Iron Man" and fucking snaps.
Oh god.
To me, that brings this entire fucking
Everything together.
10-year journey head. Because this whole Avengers project was thrown into fucking works because Tony comes up and says, "I am Iron Man."
Yeah. Yep.
All these world dangers start happening, prevents what's going on, and then starts the Avengers Initiative. I think it was so cool that it starts with "I am Iron Man," full circle to 2019, 11 years later, and basically ends the Avengers journey with "I am Iron Man."
Yep.
And hits him with a hot snap.
Dude. And then that flash of white, I immediately knew. I was like,
Did. I mean, there's a reason why first time. And he even says it when he goes to take the gauntlet. He said, "There's no way any of you survive this snap.
yeah.
There's a chance of surviving it." And the second he snaps, what we didn't mention earlier was the line that gives Tony. Because Tony asks him, what is this the one outcome?
Is this it? And
Are we on track, basically? And he says, "If I tell you,
it won't happen.
I tell you it won't happen." Holds up a finger, and Tony knows
This is it.
to jump on the grenade.
Yep. So
I thought it was a great moment to send Tony out on. It's just like everyone that's important in his life, obviously besides the daughter he has,
is right
by
the fuck
one.
there. Yeah.
And I feel like they do it in level of importance to him. For Forever shows up. Fucking Rhodey shows up. He doesn't really say much. Like, he gives a pat on the head. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah.
Peter shows up, and that fucking I don't cry at movies, and I almost broke.
Yeah.
Watching fucking Peter just frantically try and get through to Tony.
Yeah.
Like, "Mr. Stark, we won."
Dude. That was the first part that almost broke me. Like, I hate saying that I didn't feel dick with Black Widow. I was like, fuck.
That was super sad. Absolutely super sad, but
and it was a real hush moment over the crowd, but Peter panicking and trying to get to Tony, who's just like 1,000-yard staring. I was just like, "Oh, come on, like, say something." And then
Pepper having to pull him off.
Yeah. And then
I think that her
Pepper
line was
says,
absolutely perfect.
"Yeah, we're safe. You can rest now," or something like that. And I'm just like,
we're all safe. We're gonna be just fine.
And then
kisses him,
out.
and then just
fuck.
God, dude, that was heavy.
Oh yeah.
I've never heard a theater get that fucking quiet.
Dude, fly fart, like, quiet. Like,
drop, fly fart, just dead silent.
Yeah.
Hear anybody move, like, breathe. No one moved for snacks or drinks.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking moved a muscle. It was just fucking silence.
Yeah. That was rough. That was some crazy shit that, holy shit. Like, there's not a lot of words to describe that. Just, you took everybody's breath away. Nobody could breathe.
Yeah.
Like, I've never I've seen everyone freak out. I've never seen absolute silence.
I mean, I've seen movies with shit like that happens,
Hmm.
and it gets real quiet and stuff like that. But there's always like a cough or someone rustles, or someone moves.
Yeah,
I've
like
never heard
sneeze.
just complete and utter silence.
Yep.
Like even in Infinity War, when he finally snaps, it wasn't that
Yeah, it was not that
definitively
quiet.
silent.
Jesus.
That shit was nuts.
Yeah. So then next we get the send off for Tony.
Oh no, you get the reunion for everybody else first.
Really? Try
Yeah,
with that.
because Ant Man finally gets back and then goes and find Cassie, and they're sitting on the porch together.
Hmm.
And
Oh, that's
then
right, because there's that message too.
mm, yeah, so they get everyone kind of regroups into their families. Like
Hmm.
Hawkeye event like flies the fucking home, gets to see his family.
Hmm.
Ant-Man reunites with his people.
Hmm.
Just yeah, there's that big huge picture of fucking Wakanda with T'Challa, his mom,
And
his
Shuri
girl.
all standing there.
Yeah, and his sister. And that's when Tony has like a speech.
Oh
That's when
yeah,
it's
the
that
speech is
recorded
going.
speech is going then, and then it pans to his recording speech,
Hmm.
and that's when the funeral
And in
happens.
true Tony fashion, he's like, oh, "I'm just recording this in case anything goes wrong, but it's not gonna go wrong. We got this." You know?
It, it's just time travel. It's whatever.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys later.
No big deal. I'll talk to you guys when I get home.
I think it was really a sweet moment because in like right after the guys showed up to get Tony's help in the beginning, and he
Hmm.
basically told them to go fuck themselves because he didn't want to give up what he had, which I totally understand.
Hmm.
And his daughter sees him fucking around with it and figuring out time travel. And when he puts her to bed and says, "I love you tons," and she says, "I love you 3,000,"
Yeah,
because
he says that
the
right at
fact that
the
she
end.
knows that 3,000 is more than a ton,
Yep.
Tony parenting,
Hmm.
because she's like 5 and knows that 3,000 is more than 2,000. Like,
Yeah.
and then in the fucking recorded message, "I love you 3,000," and like his face is right as daughter's face. I thought it was super
Yeah.
touching.
Yep.
And it was really cool when they make a little floral arrangement.
And put the original proof that
Original,
Tony has a heart thing in
yeah,
it.
that was cool.
That was the second thing that almost broke me. I was just like, oh, I can't even see everybody's reaction, but fuck, you know?
That was good. And then they just like once again, just one by one,
Yeah, one to,
all of these
yep.
different, the T'Challa family, these people, and just kind of in groups and shit.
Hmm.
And then what I noticed that I want your take on it is there's a solo person at the
Yep,
back.
I know who it is.
Is it who is it?
It's the kid from Iron Man 3 that helped him
So that's what
rebuild
I
his
thought it
suit.
was. That's what I thought it was. I just
Yeah,
wanted to make sure.
yeah,
That's
that's
what
the
Jamie.
kid
That's
that
who
helped
Jamie
him.
and I thought it was. I wasn't sure. I wanted to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely the
But just
kid.
have everyone kind of show back up, and then Nick Fury shows up, and that's the only time you see him in the movie is he shows up
Yeah,
on the porch
yeah.
for like 3 seconds.
I honestly like audibly in the theater, and I hope I didn't ruin the moment for everybody, but he showed up. I was like, motherfucker, just because it's fucking Samuel Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson,
I had to hit it with
motherfucker.
that. Yeah, and so he was back, and then this is the third one. This is the one that really, really almost broke me. Was Happy's talking to his
Oh yeah, the
daughter,
cheeseburgers.
and he's like, "Well, are you hungry? Like, what do you want?" And she's like, "Cheeseburgers," and he's like, and you
Well,
can
your dad
see
liked
him choke
cheeseburgers.
up too. And it was just like, "I'm gonna get you all the
Yeah.
cheeseburgers you want," and I was just like, "Oh, please stop!
As a
Quit
dad,
pulling punches."
that hit me. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you all the cheeseburgers you want.
Yeah.
And like in that moment, like he didn't say it as much
Mhm.
as kind of like I'm this girl till in that moment, I feel like silently determined that he is now the protector of Stark's daughter. Like there's
Oh yeah,
nothing that's going to touch her.
yeah.
He will murder anybody that comes after her.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then, so we get all that, but we still have all the stones.
And while Bruce was getting the time stone,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't want to give it to him was the split timeline, and he said that he would bring him back to each
Well,
individual time to put it back. And I thought it was that at that moment, um, the fucking hammer from the battle,
yeah,
chilling with the hammer.
yeah. He has the hammer with him now.
Like it's got an axe. Hammer's mine.
Yeah. You don't get this anymore. You're fat. You can't carry both of them.
You're too fat for both weapons.
So
Become not fat Thor again. Then we'll talk.
yeah, right. Oh, and a side thing that we do need to talk about before we get to the final part of this movie is Thor's kicking it with the Guardians now.
Oh yeah.
So Thor goes to New
I'm kind
Asgard.
of glad that they're doing that.
Hold on. This is the part I was talking about earlier. Thor goes to New Asgard again, and he's standing on the edge of the cliff. What I wanted was a Big Lebowski thing where he has Thanos' ashes and tries to shake him off the cliff and gets covered in ash. I wanted that so bad. It would have been just the seal, like, this is the Big Lebowski.
He looked like the Big Lebowski the
He
whole
looked
movie.
like the dude the entire thing. And
the sunglasses, the shitty clothes, the whole 9 yards.
I wanted him to have Thanos' ashes and try to shake him out. I wanted that so bad.
I didn't even think about that, but that would have been so epic.
I would have laughed so hard. You wouldn't have had to do the ash in the face thing because that's the Big Lebowski joke. But if he had, or say like he had Thanos' ashes in an urn and then just like chucked it off the cliff, I would have lost it.
I would have thought that. I think that's better. If you just had it like in an urn or in just it. I think he should have had it in a shoebox, just as disrespect. Like shoebox, and he has like the whole thing covered in duct tape so it can't get out, and just chucks it off the fucking cliff.
But it even had like the camera
Like,
angle too, and I was like, "Are they gonna do this right now?" And they didn't do it. And he talks to Valkyrie. He hands New Asgard off to Valkyrie.
New Asgard to Valkyrie.
Yeah, you're the new leader. I'm gonna go be what I am, not what I'm meant to be. Whatever
Then
the fuck
fucking
he says.
Rocket just kind of intrigues on this moment. Anytime now.
Yeah.
Just waiting on you, you fuckhead.
Yeah. So Thor's kicking it with the Guardians, and it's like, I'm the leader of the ship. Yes, you are. And he keeps looking at Star-Lord, and they're doing like the showdown thing again from Infinity War.
Ship. Yes. Yes, it is. Whew, moves the map. Okay, so you say that you understand that, but then you touch my map.
Yep.
Thought that was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely brilliant.
That was so fucking funny.
So good. And then I really like that because, so I was talking to Jamie after the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole MCU plan was to go away from the original Avengers, get all their new projects going, and build off of Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel,
Guardians.
and then obviously you got Guardians still has one more to go. And they're gonna build off they have like new stuff, New Mutants is coming out, and all that kind of shit. Everyone was kind of written off, like Iron Man's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Cap we'll get to in a second.
Yep.
But he's done. Black Widow's dead. Hawkeye just wants to ride off to the sunset with his family.
Yeah. After all that,
Has one good arm. Then that leaves Thor.
Yep.
It's off everybody. And then the reports were Chris Hemsworth, once Endgame was done, didn't want anything to do with Thor to other projects like Chris Evans did.
Yeah.
Because Chris Evans wanted to move on too. Buy on like Instagram and Twitter and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But after Endgame come out and said, I'm super down to do more Thor movies.
Yeah.
But I'm really glad that it's not going to be another Thor solo movie because we don't need that.
Yeah, we don't. Unless you
Well,
do like
basically
another
three.
Ragnarok type thing where it's
That's my
more
thing.
funny.
Is I'm glad that they're just gonna put him with the Guardians.
Yeah.
Be cool with him coming back as a supporting cast or like a supporting role in another, group or person's solo movie.
Yeah.
Like a Thor 4 or Thor whatever the fuck. I don't want any of that.
Yeah.
If Thor's coming back as part of the Guardians, super cool.
Yeah. I'm down with him being the. I'm even down with Fat Thor still. To be honest, I see him and Quill like bickering, and Thor just laughing at him with all their hijinks.
It's funny because I think it's really funny. That was one of their things. Was like he's built like he's a god. He's built like an angel or whatever. And now he's
Yeah.
Fat Thor.
Oh my God, he's spun steel. Can you stop touching him, please?
And now he's like dad bod Fat Thor
Yeah.
on the ship. I feel like you'd be like, see, now I'm the best in shape of the ship. I'm the best looking Chris. Back to Cap and his final send off, which was
Oh.
literally the perfect way to send Cap off.
You couldn't have done it better, and that's the part that finally broke me. So they're sending Cap back to go put all the stones back, and they're like, "All right, count down. He'll be back in 5 seconds." And they count down from 5, and all of a sudden,
I think it was kind of a tiny bit of foreshadowing because Sam asks, "How long is this going to take?"
yeah,
And he says, "For Cap, however long he needs, but for us, it's only going to be about 5 seconds."
yeah,
And then he tries to bring it back and hits the button, and then Cap doesn't show back up.
yeah. And they're like,
Bucky and
bring
Sam
him
are
back,
fucking
bring him
freaking
back.
out.
Da, 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 da. And then Bucky looks
Notices,
over.
was it Bucky that notices him?
Yeah, it was Buck. He was like, Sam. And
Sam,
they see
on your left.
someone, right? They
That's
see
what they should have said because he
someone.
was technically on his left too.
Oh, yeah. So they see someone just sitting on a bench, and then they start walking towards him, and Bucky's like, go. And Sam walks up, and it's Old Man Cap. And he was where he said he was going to be. And, they're having this talk. It was like, I lived my life and everything like that. And they're like, was it a good life? And I don't remember the exact words because I already started crying because I knew where it was going. And essentially, Cap stated,
Just like how all of Cap's responses were just like a peaceful, contented Cap.
right? It's just,
Was it a good life? Yes. Yes, it was.
yeah.
I see that
So,
wedding ring there. You gonna tell me about her? No.
yeah. No. That was the part where I lost it. I saw the wedding ring and I was like, I like ugly cried. Like I should have had a tub of Ben and Jerry's with me. So it cuts back to this house and it's like panning up in the house towards the window, and Cap finally got his dance.
Dude, he
I'm
waited.
getting goosebumps thinking about it again.
He waited what 70, 80 years to get that dance.
And he finally got
He fucking deserves it.
And
Deserved it. I think that was the perfect way to end the Avengers saga. I don't know if they're gonna like continue with like a new Avengers type shit with who they got now. I don't know where they're gonna go.
Yeah.
Besides all these solo movies they've already got scheduled. But I think it like the two first Avengers. So Captain America as the first Avenger that before they could get the whole thing going, and Iron Man who basically started the need for the first Avengers to get going. Got send-offs. Like Iron Man obviously is dead, but he got a good send-off. Like he got to have 5 years with Pepper and a daughter. He got his surrogate son back from death.
From the Dustbuster.
Yeah. From the space vacuum.
and you finally see them dancing, and I was ugly crying, dude.
And then finally gets his life that he should have had before he got
Uh-huh.
frozen in ice for 70 years.
Yep. Ugly crying.
Handing
Hard.
the handing the shield over to Sam. Try this on, see how it fits.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm so glad they went comics with that because there were so many different turns they took from the comics, and I understand it's a movie.
Mhm.
You're gonna change shit because Captain America should have been dead a long time ago. He dies in Civil War.
Yeah.
The fact that he hands him that shield because in the comics, Sam takes over on a part-time basis.
Mhm.
Cap fights it in Civil War, and the fact that he hands him that shield, he puts it on, and he asks him like, "How does it feel?" And he says, "Like it's somebody else's."
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
right in the feels.
Yeah. God, I'm a hopeless romantic. I didn't cry for fucking Tony or everybody losing their shit over Tony, but I cried because of a dance.
Oh, weenie.
Yeah, I'm a big old bitch. Um, but yeah, and then we get that, and then it's credits. I think we went over the entire fucking movie.
I'm I'm a little sad there's no credit scene, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad there is.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that they just let this movie
End.
that they didn't preview another movie,
Mhm.
that they didn't introduce new characters. They just
Mhm.
let it. Hey, this is Endgame.
Yep.
Now, did you watch all the way to the very end and hear the sound?
No, what was the sound?
So their version of a set, like their usual scene or whatever was all the original Avengers got put up on it like basically a pedestal with their signatures on it and a nice little send off.
Mhm.
Through the credits, I knew there wasn't a scene, but I heard there was something after it.
Mhm.
Puts up Marvel Studios, and you just hear like a hammer and anvil.
Okay.
So what Jamie and I were talking about, and I haven't explained who Jamie is. I've said her name 3 or 4 times, but Jamie's my wife for all of the podcast watchers or listeners. But shh, where am I? Hold on, we're almost done. Be the sun. What we were theorizing is it's the sound of Tony making his armor from the first Iron Man.
Oh, really? Yeah, I could see that.
In the cave, and he's like hammering out his that original suit that looks like a hunk of
Mhm.
junk that almost kills him with an explosion.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's what we were theorizing that's what the sound is, and it's just them alluding to the beginning of this journey.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably it. That's probably a good final send.
Hoping that's what it is. I mean, if it's something else that builds, then whatever. But I personally hope that's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, not to take away from the dramatic ending of the podcast and us ending on that crazy thing. Another really big awesome moment in that fight scene was Giant Man fucking giving a hard left hook to one of those flying things that Hulk had to take his entire body to take down. Ant-Man
just one fucking
one shots it hard and just drops the fucking thing. That was so awesome.
The fact that Wanda stopped 2 of them
Dude,
and just pink.
Wanda
You're
is
not going
like
nowhere.
pure rage.
Love Wanda, dude.
Dude, I wonder how
She's
Wanda's
a
going to be
badass.
in these next few movies without Vision. If she's going to be a
I don't
little bit
even-
out of control.
I don't even know what Wanda's what purpose Wanda's gonna serve. I don't even know if she'll even be in them, to be honest.
Yeah.
So they might not even want her in the movies. They'll just keep her to the show.
Yeah.
That was one other thing that Jamie and I were talking about. She's like, "Well, what happens with the WandaVision show? They didn't bring Vision back." And I think my personal belief or guess of what it's gonna be. By the way, your mic's giving a little bit of feedback, a little bit echo, just so you know,
Oh, what's that going?
a little bit.
My apologies.
Yeah, good. My personal belief is it's going to be them when they have that extended staycation away from Tony and all them.
Mm-hmm.
Be them in those moments.
Gotcha.
like the building of their relationship and how they became Wanda and Vision.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense because that really didn't get explained all that much. It was just like, oh, they're a thing. Okay. So,
Like, I could stay with you. We could just be together. And I was
right.
like, what?
So, yeah. I think we wrapped that
Yeah.
entire goddamn movie. And if you sticked around for the entire goddamn podcast and haven't seen the fucking movies, your motherfucking fault.
Yeah. If you get mad,
I
be
gave
mad
you
at yourself.
all the warnings in the fucking world. I don't
Even
want to hear it.
postpone the spoilers I was supposed to give out to make sure that everyone had time to leave.
Exactly. Just stay the
Make
fuck
sure
away.
that you come back for further ones with less spoilers in it.
Very true. And more video game talk and other nerdy nostalgias. But we absolutely had to make a podcast about this one because holy fuck,
I mean,
is this movie good.
shouldn't have been our first one. We had one that was planned ahead of time. This was supposed to be number 2.
That I didn't fucking record correctly, but I recorded this one correctly, so we're good on that.
This is officially
I've been periodically watching it to make sure it's still recording.
Squared Nerdy Nostalgic Podcast episode numero uno.
That it is. So,
on behalf of the both of us, we do appreciate y'all for tuning in
yeah,
and listening. Lee, my guy, where can we find you?
You find me on Twitter at RF1Tangid, and also Instagram. We stream on Mixer. I got a streaming schedule up on there now of specific types of games and everything that I will be streaming. And we've got you as well, Mr. Vexed Alchemy. Where can we find you?
Best place to find me, and when you know I'm going live on the Mixers, is Twitter, Vexed with the _Alchemy. I'm 99 times out of 100 will announce when I'm going live on there, and it's usually right as I start or just before I start streaming. So, yeah, be either shortly followed by a stream or will already be in the process of going on. I do not have an Instagram because I just don't believe in the Instas. I will be making one. Logos and shit done for myself so I have a little bit of extra branding power. But for right now, it's just the Twitter and the Mixer.
Alrighty. So, yeah, I think that's going to be it, you guys, for episode 1. So, thank you very much for tuning in. And like I said before, if you've sticked around, it's your own damn fault. It's not our fault. So, yeah, I think that's it. So, from both of us here.
Next Sunday, we'll be creating another one.
Yeah, another one. We're
hoping to do this. Hoping to do this every Sunday.
Yes.
Luckily, for the last couple months, I've had almost every Sunday off.
Let's hope that keeps going.
In fact, I have next Sunday off, but I don't know how that's going to happen from now on, as my schedule is getting kind of janky.
Yeah, we'll have one a week.
Kick
we'll
off.
Pick a night to talk. So.
But we'll find hopefully a day somewhere in there to.
We shall find the time. Hello, Gannon. Do you need to go to the bathroom? Yes, you do.
Bring and get a podcast going.
Oh yeah.
Or if I have to do it before I go to work, I will wake up extra early for you guys.
Alrighty. So that's gonna be it, you guys. Thank you very much for listening, and we will talk to you guys on the next podcast. Have a good one. Bye.